Yeah, so I'm responsible for marketing globally, which includes our brand strategy, our brand marketing, all of our field marketing, demand gen, events, and channel marketing globally.
That's very interesting. You see a new opportunity brand created, the Databerg. What's it all about?
Well, so Databerg is all about how customers can take advantage and leverage all of the information they have available. And if we think about technology these days, technology is increasingly heterogeneous. So we look at the emergence of modern architectures, but those modern architectures are usually additive to traditional data center environments. So a lot of challenges that customers have is their data kind of gets lost in data silos. So what Databerg is about is to help customers identify what percent of their data is old, obsolete, kind of rotted, and then more importantly, what percent of their data is dark, meaning they just don't have visibility to. And if we think about dark data, we know that AI algorithms feed on data. So having 50% of your data dark means that's just untapped opportunity to leverage that data. And then there's the other side of the equation, which is if you have 50% of your data dark, you're at risk for ransomware attacks, you're at risk to be able to respond to data privacy regulations. So it's really important for customers to understand all of their dark data.
Fantastic. So Databerg is obviously a manifestation of the legacy solutions unable to keep with the digital age, creation of data and structured, unstructured. It's basically legacy technology not being able to cope with the exponential demands. Would you agree?
It's beyond legacy data. It's the complexity associated with today's modern data center. If we think about today's modern data center, it's multi-cloud, it's hybrid cloud, it's on-prem, there are private clouds, and there are a lot of data silos in clouds and on-premise. So it's a manifestation of how complex IT has gotten.
So it's not a manifestation of the tools, legacy tools. It's more about the growth of alternative platforms and the inability to manage them effectively.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Fantastic. So what is the solutions? So one is of course the problem, the root problem. I mean you identify, as you said, ROT.
Yeah.
But what is the solution that you're offering?
So we launched this year the Veritas Enterprise Data Services platform, and we're rethinking today's definition of data protection in our business today. So our view is that data protection needs to be a data services platform that protects your data, makes your data and your apps highly available, but then gives you the insight so you understand where your data is at. The core of our strategy is we help customers follow their data regardless of their infrastructure. So if they're running a highly virtualized infrastructure, if they're running modern architectures, if they have container environment, or if they have traditional legacy infrastructure, we follow the data regardless of the infrastructure. We abstract the complexity of customers' infrastructure, and we give them a single pane to follow their data.
So is Avtar and Databerg linked? I mean, the manifestation of this problem, which was Databerg, is Avtar the solution or are they alternative?
We have a number of solutions to help. One is Avtar, which helps you identify how to cost optimize your storage infrastructure, helps you understand where your data is at. We have another amazing product which is called Information Studio. And I talked about our Enterprise Data Services platform. The core of that platform is a data classification engine. So when your data gets protected, all of your data gets cataloged and classified. And we have a product in our Insights portfolio called Information Studio. It categorizes your data. It visualizes for you where that data is at. And if you have to respond to a ransomware attack, if you're responding to a regulation around customer data privacy, you can locate that data and you can take action on that data regardless of where that data is located.
So it's like a robot which scans the whole environment and then sort of puts the tags and helps you to categorize.
Yes, correct. Although the difference is it categorizes the data first before it pushes it out. And I always, the way that I like to refer to it is, I think data classification is the unsung hero of the digital transformation. Because if you don't know what your data is and where it's located, how are you going to take full advantage of it in your enterprise?
So how does this exercise actually roll? Is it you let the solution map the locations where the storage is? I mean, or is it a consulting thing? Is it a channel-led program? How does it actually work?
So the technology maps and finds the data. 85% of our business is channel-led, so our channel partners play a critical role in our go-to-market and in fulfillment for our customers.
No, considering I just thought Databerg is a significant problem, you probably want to drive this initially yourself, but it's being pushed to the channel also.
Absolutely, yes.
So essentially they would come in as to look after a pain point, I mean, or
yes.
I mean, and offer chargeback and storage reclamation and offer benefits like that, or what would be their USP for approaching the end customer?
So the USP is storage cost optimization, chargebacks, and managing SLAs. I've been in customer meetings here in the region in the last couple of days, and I met with one of the largest companies in the region, and they're in process of building out more of a modern IT environment, which is kind of services based. So they're taking their architecture and they're offering it to services for their lines of business. And one of the biggest challenges they have is how do they charge back for leverage of their storage environment? How do they charge back for data protection? And Aptar as a product gives them an automated ability to charge back to the line of business.
Right. So what else is happening in the digital with digital customers? I mean, globally, of course, you have a global picture. So the US, the Western world, the US and European markets are significantly transformed in the sense that they have adopted these solutions. I won't say the organization cultures have changed dramatically, but I'll say that they understand these technologies and the challenges much better than the regional ones. So what's happening over there?
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting because what I find is that there's a lot of innovation that occurs outside of the US, and companies are able to innovate faster because they're not hamstrung with a lot of legacy and traditional infrastructure. A lot of the challenges some companies have in the US is they look to reinvent their customer experience. They try to create a digital, personalized experience with their customer, but they have to build new architectures to accomplish that. When you're outside of the US and you're in emerging geography, you can move right into those modern architectures.
We see the cultures changing faster here. That's why I said that an organization seems to still remain an organization, but has adopted these technologies like cloud, and a lot of these things are very, very advanced in the Western market, and we're just touching them here. But here we see the organizations changing and transforming, but less so in the Western world.
Yeah, that's right.
Because of so many things, publicly listed companies or
shareholders. The other trend too is that cloud providers have to play catch up in the region. So the appetite for companies to move fast is ahead of many of the cloud's ability to support the customer data privacy regulations in region. So customers want to move faster than technologies enable them.
So in your opinion, the business of Veritas, I mean, however you look at it, data management plus exploration and all this, what is the principal drivers today to which you plan for in the next 2-3 years?
Sure. So our customers are the most demanding IT environments on the globe. So think of the top stock exchanges, the top airlines, the top financial services companies, the top healthcare companies, and we have to help our customers keep their business always on and always available, and keep their applications always running, keep their data protected, and provide them the opportunity to respond to ransomware attacks and manage through government regulations, but doing so when the data center itself is getting more and more complex. So if we look at our customers, they're dealing with more complexity, more regulations, more ransomware attacks. So we have to help them abstract we have to abstract complexity from their environment, and that's where our focus is.
Okay, so you as a CMO, and obviously every forward-looking business model or revenue model needs to use a few exciting things going to happen. So when you look at this landscape 2-3 years, what do you think is actually going to take Veritas financials to the next level? I mean, is it just an organic scale out, or is there something else, some certain type of innovation which you hope is going to make you jump start to the next level?
So our big change over the past year was consolidating our products into a platform. So a platform that's extensible across availability, protection, and insights. So what you're going to see us continue to do in the future is integrate more of our products into that single platform to offer the customers.